My name is Andrew Pulaski. I am the department head for, we call it law enforcement, but in many schools it's called criminal justice. I am also the department chair for a new program that will begin in January 2021 for paralegal, which obviously has some overlap and some similarities. And I was a practicing lawyer for about 12, 13 years in the Chicago area. My specialty was bankruptcy fraud defense and white collar crime defense, mostly tax evasion. And as I said, bankruptcy fraud. I bring a lot of practical experience to the classes. I only teach the law related classes. So criminal law 1, criminal procedure, juvenile law, court procedures and evidence. And then former police officers who are all retired with a few exceptions teach the policing classes. So that's the division in our department. I never teach the policing classes, and the policing instructors never teach the law-based classes. So I am a big fan of a lot of field trips that are practical. I know a lot of judges and a lot of magistrates, so their clerks or the judges will email me and say, "Hey, I've got a really interesting murder trial coming up, or a really interesting forgery case coming up. You might want to see it." So students and I have gone to 26 and Cal. We had a field trip planned for Dirksen Federal Building, but that was canceled because of the coronavirus situation. So hopefully next academic year, we can also see a couple criminal trials at Dirksen Federal Building. So I also bring in a lot of guest speakers to my class who are former attorneys, especially prosecutors, defense, public defenders. So public defenders generally have a different approach than prosecutors do. They had different career goals. Also, in almost all of my classes, if possible, I bring in career awareness presentations. We've had everything from Target, which has entry-level positions, through management six-figure positions, and discuss the career progression. I've brought in state sheriffs, county sheriffs, local police departments. Dallas heavily recruited in many of my classes, especially for bilingual students who were interested in being officers. And starting in the fall, we will have an internship program that will count as a 3-credit class that will count towards any major required course for law enforcement. I am working throughout the summer as much as possible with the health situation for local law offices and government agencies that would be interested in working with Morton students. Cook County Clerk Bond Office is somewhat interested, and I've had a few conversations with them. So the point of our program is to be very practical. We study the theory, we go through the statutes, but then we really analyze how it works. And many times I tell students, okay, here's the textbook, here's how it really works. And the students have really enjoyed seeing that with testimony and judges' reactions to witnesses, judges' reactions to lawyers, police officers, admitting evidence, denying evidence, practical. In my classes, we have a assigned textbook, but I supplement a lot with videos, newspaper articles, Supreme Court rulings, so that it is a very practical application. But the big exciting news is the internship program. It is we have about 125 students, I think, in the program, so it's fairly large. Also, we offer a lot of evening classes, and I prefer to teach in the evening. So if you take the law-related classes, you will most likely have me in the evening. And many of the policing classes are in the morning. So if you are interested in how to set up a schedule, that's usually the division of classes. Okay. That's all I really have for. Also, for career awareness, police departments are hiring a lot of officers are heading for retirement, especially in Chicago and a lot of the large cities. So if you are interested in a law enforcement career, police departments are hiring. Also, there are a lot of alternative career law enforcement opportunities. Probation office, um, the bond office. It's just not being police officer. Cook County Jail. This is one of the great field trips we've done is 26 in Cal Jail, and it is a 24-hour, 7-day a week a business. And they Cook County Jail is constantly hiring and asking me if I have students that would be interested in applying. So that is another career option as well too. That is not a police officer. So the court systems, the jail system, probation system, bonding, which is a division of the court system, the criminal court clerk's office. These are all alternative careers that a law enforcement or criminal justice degree would be very helpful. And I have lots of contacts in those departments. And again, I bring in lots of speakers to make students aware of career opportunities. Good. That's about all I have to say.